We are at the corners of Pennsylvania Avenue and North Avenue. This is a major intersection in this West Baltimore community. This intersection was also the epicenter of the Freddie Gray protests in 2015. There are no sources for healthy foods in this area. The CVS pharmacy, which was burned down in 2015, has been rebuilt and does offer frozen foods, cereals, and canned soups. However, no vegetables or fresh fruits are sold here. The 6-story building, which is walking distance to and from the CVS pharmacy, is a senior housing complex. In fact, my grandmother lived here for many years until she passed away in June of 2020. She was 88 years old at the time. None of the residents here have personal vehicles, and they're all on fixed income. According to a study done by Johns Hopkins University, Baltimore City is a well-known food desert, with 1 in 4 people living in one. The city of Baltimore recently came out with a definition of a food desert that includes the following. 1. An area where the distance to a supermarket or supermarket alternative is more than a quarter mile. 2. The median household income is at or below 185% of the federal poverty level. 3. Over 30% of the households have no vehicle available. The report also found that 34% of African Americans live in food deserts, compared to only 8% of white residents. Children are also disproportionately affected, with 30% of Baltimore City school-aged children living in food deserts. We're currently at 1314 West North Avenue at a location that used to be City Food Market. Now, City Food Market serviced this West Baltimore community from 1976 until it caught fire and burned down in 1996. Since then, nothing has replaced the market and only a vacant lot remains.
In every black community, you have what? Liquor store, a church, a Chinese hair supply store, and a fast food restaurant. But guess what? Check this out. You have a mini mart. It's closed. It's closed.
It definitely is a food desert. They don't offer any markets in urban neighborhoods and black communities.
What is an urban store?
Urban is black.
I mean, they have several markets in Baltimore County. We talking about Baltimore City. We need more markets in Baltimore City. Yes, all over the city, east, west. Yes, we definitely did.
There's a reason why this happens. There was a reason, for instance, today where I had to go about 3 miles to get the kind of food that I wanted.
As you can imagine, the lack of personal transportation makes getting access to nutritional foods a much harder task.
So that was the bus.
Now, there are alternatives to going to a grocery store.
I could order the food online, but it's not guaranteed that I'm gonna get exactly what I'm ordering all the time because it might not be in stock, or the person who picks my food isn't gonna pick my food for me. That's the same as somebody with dietary needs or mainly dietary needs and health issues or religious purposes. You can't always order your food online guaranteeing that you're gonna get what you order.
So majority of my life I lived in, I guess it would be considered the suburbs. I just recently moved into the city a year ago. This upcoming September makes a year. And upon moving there, I noticed something as simple as a Walmart is out of reach. I had to travel at least 30 minutes to get to a Walmart, and there's really only one decent supermarket with fresh produce within 5 to 10 minutes from me, which can be very inconvenient. So that's what I noticed. So I often find myself traveling either deeper into the city, which is the new developed areas such as Canton, the areas that they are building the, supermarkets, the Sprouts, things like that. I really only have one decent supermarket near me. One. The others are okay, but it's not good quality, not good safety. I mean, these are all things to factor in, especially as a woman when it comes to a single woman grocery shopping in the urban area by yourself at that. I mean, these are things to factor in: safety, the produce, all those things. So it's really only one decent supermarket within a 5-mile radius of me.
Fortunately, independent community members are taking matters into their own hands by trying to provide produce to their community.
Well, basically what I am doing today is trying to provide some type of resource and access for people that maybe need some extra food, extra produce here. I do this on a regular basis from the times whenever I can get these type of products and everything. I usually get a couple of boxes of them. I come out with my sign. As you can see, everything is free. Because I've been blessed, so I'm just trying to pass blessings along to those who might not be able to get to a supermarket for fresh produce. You know, they always know that either Tuesday or Thursday, this is where I usually be at. They know if I have anything, they can ride through the neighborhood, and if I have it, I'll be out here.
I'm Dr. Brook. I'm a naturopath. I've been in the health and wellness space now for, 25 years. 25 years of providing a viable food source to our community. And I did that on purpose. It wasn't by mistake. I did it and left corporate America because I realized that our communities were under attack. What you saw is what I saw, back in 1995 when I saw that people were getting ramps built on their homes and the ambulance was coming to my neighborhood every single night. Every night, the ambulance came to my neighborhood. It wasn't because somebody got shot. They were picking up somebody who had a diabetic issue, a heart disease issue, or a high blood pressure issue. And that's what was going on. And I said, this is crazy. And we're eating ourselves to death. And we're not making the connection between the food that we're eating and our health outcomes.
Community farms and farmers markets have been introduced to reduce the impact of food deserts. However, many of these programs only operate between the months of May and October. Fortunately, organizations such as For My City has been created to not only reduce food insecurities, but to eliminate food waste as well.
Families can come in, they can pick up. Some of the stuff is just have a little brown spot, but you can still eat that. There's nothing wrong with that. Like You just cut that off and you can still eat it. And that's what we do every single day. We rescue food in bulk like this, and then we distribute it. Again, simple things, little brown spots like that, that's still edible. So a lot of this would be thrown in the trash. We are like a hub, right? So we go out and we rescue the food in bulk. So we rescue by the trailer loads of food. So you're thinking about, we put out anywhere between 50 to 100 pounds of food a day into the communities. And we rescue that food, and then groups come here. We have about 31 active groups behind me there. There's like a little map, all these locations that were in Baltimore. So we have like 31 active groups, and then these groups go out and they create like community distribution sites. A program we're working on too with corner stores, trying to get produce into corner stores, fruit into corner stores. Because when you drive through our cities, you see liquor stores, you see convenience stores, and there's no healthy food. But then obesity and diabetes and all these different things, prevalent in these cities. It's really because of how you eat and what you have access to.
You can get to a fast food restaurant. I can get a sub faster, or a chicken box faster than I can get a salad, or a fresh salad.
Crack Donald's, Murder King, Taco Hell, Wing Disease, Chokers, Bow Strangles, the International House of Pulmonary Heart Disease, Slop Eyes, Slick Filet, all of that. That's the crap that they give us. And then, there's no question, there's no issue why we all are sick.
And most people would, go right to McDonald's, pick that dollar, spend that dollar on that burger instead of, maybe driving or having to take 2 buses to even find a produce vendor.
In Baltimore City, there are 937 carryouts, 1,567 corner stores, 293 fast food chains, 264 liquor stores, yet only 64 supermarkets. Now, it could be helpful to have convenience stores that carry fruits and vegetables. However, many of these stores do not. Bad food tastes great. It's cheap, it's quick, and it's available everywhere in food deserts. Food deserts are problematic because the people who live in them are more likely to suffer from illnesses such as diabetes, heart disease, hypertension, and obesity.
And the thing is that the closest supermarket is a miles different. Shoppers up in McDonald's.
Now, like I said, missing the bus, I'm going back in the house. You know what I mean? And now it's another day out of my schedule that I have to take to, try to find my way there.
I want to see that the government, give us some funds so that we can get some markets built.
Residents are hopeful that a major grocery store will come to their community soon. In the meantime, neighbors such as Mr. Williams will continue to serve their community.
I just wish it was more people that was involved with something like this here.
you know, especially around the cities, the inner cities, the cities period, you know, because all areas and everybody can need some help. They can really need some help. It's just, and it makes me feel good as an individual, a father, a parent, and as a human being, you know, to be able to give back.